brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead. Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome. A devastating blow. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue. Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them. Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear. A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins. The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood. The match is struck. A blazing star is born. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Executed with impunity. Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage. Another abomination, cleansed from our lands. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Begone, fiend! The light, the promise of safety. confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear. A wise general cuts losses and regroups. The plume and the pistol. A fitting end to my folly, and a curse upon us all. Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign. Carelessness will find no clemency in this place. The sin is not in being outmatched, but in failing to recognize it. In Radiance, may we find victory. The way is lit, the path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it. Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear. The match is struck. A blazing star is born. The light, the promise of safety. Another abomination, cleansed from our lands. Be gone, fiend! A time to perform beyond one's limits. Another one falls. Executed with impunity. A handsome reward for a task well performed. Obliterated. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. The great ruins belong to us, and we will find whatever secrets they hold. The poor caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have affected him. Make no mistake, we will face ever greater threats. Our soldiers must be ready. The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line? In Radiance, may we find victory. Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. As the fiend falls, the faint hope blossoms. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted and purpose is made clear. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade. How quickly the tide turns. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten. Impressive. Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud. The light, the promise of safety. The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Masterfully executed.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end. Well struck. Singular strike. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light? Carelessness will find no clemency in this place. There can be no hope in this hell. No hope at all. Begone, fiend! As victories mount, so too will resistance. More bones return to rest. Devils remanded. We dug for months, years, an eternity. And we were rewarded with madness. This man understands that adversity and existence are one and the same. The bellows blast once again. The forge stands ready to make weapons of war. Mastery over life and death was chief among my early pursuits. I began in humility, but my ambition was limitless. Who could have divined the prophetic import of something as unremarkable as a twitch in the leg of a dead rat? A devil walks these halls. Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him. A setback, but not the end of things. I see something long absent in the sunken faces of passers-by. a glimmer of hope. Mastery over life and death was chief among my early pursuits. I began in humility, but my ambition was limitless. Who could have divined the prophetic import of something as unremarkable as a twitch in the leg of a dead rat? A devil walks these halls. Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him. Watch your step. Reeling, gasping, taken over the edge into madness. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Eradicated. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Ambushed by foul invention. The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it. Another one falls. Back to the pit. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall. In Radiance, may we find victory. Gnawing uncertainty, the birthplace of dread. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born. Towering, fierce, terrible. Nightmare made material. Madness, our old friend. Precision and power. No living sinew to actuate. Will these walking bones finally fail?
Let me share with you the terrible wonders I have come to know.
Send this one to journey elsewhere, for we have need of sterner stock.
A lawman and his faithful beast. A bond forged by battle and bloodshed.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey calls to the faithful. The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line? Another abomination, cleansed from our lands. Executed with impunity. The match is struck. A blazing star is born. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Back to the pit. decimated. Eradicated.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear. The light, the promise of safety.
Another one falls.
Begone, fiend! Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Ghoulish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
success so clearly in view? Or is it merely a trick of the light? Annihilated. Obliterated. Destroyed. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end. More bones return to rest. Devils remanded to their abyss. Our family name, once so well regarded, is now barely whispered aloud by decent folk. A lawman and his faithful beast. A bond forged by battle and bloodshed. Once again, the stars are right, and the manor sits at the very epicenter of cosmic unrest. Cultists rally to their twisted idols, and great gongs sound in anticipation of the coming sacrifices. Far below, life-laden shadows pulse to the unrelenting rhythm of a beating heart. You will endure this loss and learn from it. Tonight, the fools make merry. Tomorrow they die laughing. The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line? Back to the pit. Begone, fiend! Another one falls. This expedition at least promises success. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
executed with impunity. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear. In Radiance, may we find victory. Another abomination cleansed from our lands. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten. The match is struck. A blazing star is born. The light, the promise of safety. Foolish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud. More bones return to rest. Devils remanded. The degeneracy of the hamlet is nothing, I fear, when compared to the condition of surrounding acres. A sharper sword, a stronger shield, anything to prolong a soldier's life.
Excavations beneath the manor were well underway when a particularly ragged indigent arrived in the hamlet. This filthy, toothless miscreant boasted an uncanny knowledge of my ambitions and prognosticated publicly that, left unchecked, I would soon unleash doom upon the world. The echoes of his mindless tittering reverberate maddeningly. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear. Mortality clarified in a single strike. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Annihilated. A death by inches. The match is struck. A blazing star is born. In Radiance, may we find victory. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Executed with impunity. Back to the pit. Another abomination, cleansed from our lands. The way is lit, the path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it. Another one falls. Begone, fiend! Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
light, the promise of safety.
The madman hides there, behind the pews, spouting his mindless drivel. Did he foresee his own demise? I care not, so long as he remains dead.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.